Yes, sir. That's great.
Okay. I forgot to record that third out in the last inning. Ryan McAllister made that third out. Okay. So the 4, 5, and 6 hitters will come to the plate for Riverview here in the bottom of the third in a 6-4 game. And Coach Chris Smith has to be a little bit happier there for Riverview after his club was down 6 runs after the top of the first inning. They've certainly settled down here and now have a chance to get back in the lead or take the lead here in the ball game.
Good part of the order to start it. The 4, 5, and 6 batters. Derek McAllister, the shortstop. He is the cleanup hitter. 413 he's batting, and as we mentioned earlier, 38 hits so far this year.
And he had a hit his first time up. He led off that bottom of the second with a base hit. Scored the first Riverview run. And the pitch. He lines it up the middle, another base hit. And he's 2 for 2. And you can see Riverview gaining their confidence here. They're back into the ball game. And the leadoff man is on here in the bottom of the third. Kevin Shannon, the catcher, comes to the plate.
Kevin, a .362 batter. .455 on base percentage. He holds the distinction for the Riverview A's of holding the record for the team this year for being hit by a pitch. He's been hit twice so far this year.
Ouch. There's a shot over the second baseman's head. That's a base hit into the gap in right center. And McAllister heading for third. The ball is bobbled in the outfield, and McAllister trying to score. Here's the play. He's in there.
A dandy little hit,
I guess. Little trouble in the outfielder, or the outfield center fielder. Could not make the play.
They were playing
cleanly.
They were playing Kevin to pull, and he just went right over the second baseman's head, put it in the gap. And he now sits on third base.
Derek McAllister was good speed scoring on that play. That was Matthew Weber, a little bit of trouble out there in the outfield, bobbled it, and allowed the runner to score all the way from first. And it's 1-0 to Garrett Ketty, who's now at the plate for Riverview. The tying run at third base. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. It's 1-0. Here's the pitch. There's a hit to the shortstop. He has a little trouble with it. And he cannot make the play, and Riverview has tied the ball game.
And now it's the Riverview fans who are getting into the game.
Yes.
Moncton are just a little quiet.
I don't think he would have the player at the plate on that.
No, he left as soon as the ball hit the bat. He was off and running. It's a little problem there with shortstop throwing to first base. As you mentioned, all tied up, 6-6.
And Mark McCausland, the second baseman, comes to the plate, and he walked in the second inning. And that 4-run Riverview second.
Mark, 220 hitter.
And the pitch. That gets away from the catcher, and moving up is Garrett Ketty. He's now at second base. And Riverview right back in the ball game. We're all tied up. And it's 2-0 to Mark McCausland. Pitch, that's a little bit high. And it's 3-0. Lead run at second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. We're tied at 6 runs apiece.
Mike, if you were Coach Chris Smith, would you have your batter bunt him to third here?
No, he's taking a couple. It's 3-0 here. It's in the dirt. And he takes the walk. Some good quick feet there by the catcher. Great close getting to that ball, preventing Ketty from moving up to third base. And that's going to be it for Andrew Burgess. Coach Raymond Melanson comes out, takes his starting pitcher out of the ball game. And a tough go for Andrew there in the last couple of innings.
Started off the game quite well, pitching very quick and getting ahead of the Riverview hitters and getting them out really early. Looks like we have Daniel Melanson, who's playing third base, coming into pitch. Going into play third base, Michael Coyne for the Moncton Pirates.
All right, so okay, so there it is from home plate umpire Ron Blakeney. Michael Coyne playing third. He will hit ninth in the order for Andrew Burgess. And going into pitch, third baseman Daniel Melanson. We have runners at first and second here in the bottom of the third inning. We are tied at 6 runs apiece. Moncton getting off to a 6-0 start, and the A's fighting back to tie it up. And Jeff LeBlanc, the pitcher, will be coming to the plate for Riverview. In that first inning, he had a chopper back to the pitcher. Had a fielder's choice there as the bases were loaded at the time. The pitcher, Andrew Burgess, threw home to get the force out. So Jeff is 0 for 1, but he did score a run in that second inning.
Jeff averaged 250, but he has a very good on-base percentage of 455. Not sure here if Coach Chris Smith is going to have him bunt here or not. It's a possibility.
Yeah, nobody out. And here's Melancon's first pitch. Laid down the bunt nicely, Jeff LeBlanc. That's big trouble. Throw to first. He's in there safe. Great speed by Jeff LeBlanc. He beats out the bunt. That was a perfect bunt.
Very good. Very, very good.
And Riverview once again have the bases loaded with nobody out here in the bottom of the third. And Kenneth Colpitz, the first baseman, steps in. He had a base hit his first time up. Any trouble here for Moncton. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's the pitch. That's a little bit outside, 1-0.
Kevin last time up took a couple of lazy swings at a couple of balls, then chopped one right back up the middle.
That's right, solid base hit up the middle. 1-0. Here's the pitch. That's outside and low, 2-0. And Daniel Melanson having a tough time here. Coming into the ball game, giving up a bunt single. He's got nowhere to put this fella. Bases are loaded, 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's in there, nice one, strike one. And Colpitz taking that one all the way. Nice shot at Kelly Field in Moncton. Nice Saturday afternoon. New Brunswick Mosquito Way Provincial Championship Tournament. There's a shot right back to the pitcher. Melanson comes home for one. They go to third, safe at third base.
Just had a little hesitation there on the pitcher's part. He checked the runner back, not exactly sure what was going on. Then he threw it home very quickly. Almost had a double play there at third base as well. If he had caught it, thrown it home, might have been a little closer at third base.
Yeah. It was a close play at third. But Ketty did make it in there. Or I'm sorry, that was McCausland into third base now as all the runners move up. Colpitz at first, Jeff LeBlanc is at second base, and Mark McCausland now at third. And we're back to the top of the order to get David Gushu, the third baseman, steps in.
417 batter, 520 on base percentage. He is definitely a threat in this situation.
And he struck out his first time up, and he had a base hit last time up. Big chance here, though. We're tied with one out in the bottom of the third. And that's called strike. 1-1. Might have been a tad outside. Maybe not. A borderline pitch.
I'll let you argue with the umpire on that one, Mike.
1-1. Here's the pitch. There's a line shot to right field for a base hit. One runner's in. Here's the play at the plate. No. Smith decides to hold the runner at third base. But Riverview has the lead at 7-6. Solid clean base hit by David Gushu.
Again, Daniel Melanson threw the ball on the outside part of the plate. Went with the pitch. A good smart play by the batter there. Very good smart play going with that pitch.
Riverview have the bats going. Here's another change in the lineup.
Greg Inman is now batting for C. Pump.
Okay, there's the change. Greg Inman comes into the ball game. Chris Polk, the left fielder, comes out.
And not a bad pinch hitter. 391 hitter, 514 on base percentage. Leads the team with 13 doubles this year.
And he comes up here with a bases loaded, one out. In the bottom of the third, a 7-6 Riverview lead over Moncton. Here's the pitch. That's a little bit outside. 1-0.
Pretty good man to bring up in this situation, Mike. 34 hits so far this year. 20 singles, 13, as I mentioned, doubles, leading the Riverview A's in that department.
Work. Nickname Bull. Strike one. It's 1-1.
Moncton here is playing him to pull. They're leaving an awfully big gap over the second baseman's head. If he gets a pitch that he can put in there, it's definitely in the gap, and it could score at least two.
Yeah. Greg is a pitcher. He pitched a no-hitter earlier this year, so I wonder if he'll be pitching when he comes into the ball game. There's a strike on the outside corner. It's 1-2. And Melanson bearing down here. He knows he can't afford to give up any more runs here in this bottom of the third. Keep his club in the ball game.
Still only one out, and the bases are still loaded. Hung fly ball put them up 8-6 here if they can get it.
It is 1-2. Here's the pitch. Curveball, he struck him out.
A dandy pitch.
He had him frozen at the plate on that one.
Dandy pitch. Dandy pitch.
Regularly scheduled programming will continue after this message.
That's a big strikeout for Moncton. 2 out now here in the bottom of the third. And Ryan McAllister comes to the plate for Riverview with the bases loaded. 3 runs in this inning. Riverview has taken the lead 7-6. And a chance to blow it open here. Ryan McAllister at the plate. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. And Daniel Melanson looking better out there on the mound. Needs a big out here.
Ryan McAllister talking to himself after that pitch. He knew it kind of backed away from it, swung at it.
And the 0-1 pitch. There's a curveball again. It's 0-2.
Daniel Melanson seems to have that curveball working quite well.
Not too many pitchers, I think, in this caliber, 10, 11-year-olds can throw a curveball like that. And it's tough for the batters to lay off it.
Oh, definitely.
It's coming in, looks good, then all of a sudden it drops, and whoops. And it's 0-2, and Chris Smith going to talk to Ryan McAllister here. He's got 2 strikes on him. I don't think you'd see a bunt here.
I doubt it. I really highly doubt it.
So it's 0-2. And here's the pitch. He struck him out, and the Pirates get out of the bottom of the third inning. But the Riverview A's do battle back to take the lead. 3 runs in that inning. And they now lead the ball game 7-6. But a couple of big strikeouts there kept Moncton in the game in that bases loaded situation.
Definitely getting the pinch hitter and getting Ron McAllister on that for the second and third outs of the inning.
The 4 hits in that inning. A couple of errors as well. And it's now a 7-6 ball game. So both teams are hitting. Moncton 6 hits thus far, Riverview with 8. And again, an error or 2 on both sides. Actually, a couple of errors for each club. And it's now 7-6 for Riverview as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Again, they play 6 innings in Mosquito Way baseball.
Jeff LeBlanc still in the game, but as you mentioned, Greg Inman is back out in left field in case they need him. I'm assuming that's that's why he is there.
Some interesting nicknames I just wanted to mention here while we have a chance. Coach Chris Smith was nice enough to give me a list of some of the nicknames of the ball players on the team. As we mentioned, Greg Bull Inman, he's now out there in left field. Some other ones I found kind of cute. Derek Mercury McAllister, David Shue Gushu, he's playing third base. And of course, Mark Hose McCausland playing second. They have a fellow on the bench, Jason Montefrisco. His nickname is Monte Carlo.
Maybe that's why I never did that good in ball, Mike. I never had a nickname.
That's what you need, I guess.
Nickname and chew tobacco, I guess, is what you need to be a ball player.
Again, Jeff LeBlanc undefeated as a pitcher this year for Riverview. Trying to put his team undefeated here in this provincial tournament. Put them into tomorrow's final, Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock at Kelly Field. And again, Jeff LeBlanc settled down nicely. 6 runs in that first inning, but nothing in the last 2. Leading off for Moncton this inning, Matthew Hebert, the center fielder, top of the order. Hitting second, Daniel Melanson now in pitching, and the shortstop, Colin Hordeski, will hit third. And it's 0-1.
As he took that last pitch off the foot.
Foul straight back, and Jeff LeBlanc is ahead of Matthew Hebert, 0-2.
Jeff LeBlanc seems to be throwing high, and the Moncton players seem to be going after those high pitches. They're not, their pitch selection, when they're swinging, with the exception of the first inning when they scored the 6 runs, seems to be wavering just a little bit.
That's the ball outside. It's 1-2. Coach Raymond Melanson trying to get his team fired up here They had a great first inning, but have not done anything with the bat since. That's low and away. It's 2-2. Matthew Hebert had a single in the first inning and was out on a nice play, as you recall, in the top of the second. There's that pitch that's outside 3-2. He hit a ball down at the first base line. Kenneth Colpus got his glove on it. Second baseman McCausland was covering on the play, picked up the ball, touched the bag at first for a big third out in that second inning. It's a full count here to Matthew Hebert at the pitch. He hits it right to the third baseman. Nice play, and he's out at first base. Nicely done there, David Gouchou. Strong arm, put it right on the money. 1 out here in the top of the fourth. Daniel Melanson steps in. Now pitching, as we mentioned, for Moncton. Daniel was on in the first inning, scored a run, and he flew out a second time up to the left fielder. And again, he goes to left field. That one's going to drop, though. In for a base hit. And Daniel's on first base.
Fielder got a little late jump on that, and it unfortunately cost him on that one.
Yeah, just didn't quite pick the ball up off the bat early enough. And the Pirates have something going here. Runner on first with 1 out. And their third hitter, Colin Hordeski, comes to the plate. A double in the first inning. There's a shot. Oh, bad hop. Nice play. They have 1 at second. Oh, what an outstanding play there. Shortstop Derek McAllister. That's the defensive play of the ball game right there. A bad hop. Makes the play. Throws the man out at second base. Gets a big out. 2 out now in the inning.
Best thing about that, Mike, he knew exactly what he was going to do once he got the ball. He turned and threw immediately to second base. A very good play. Very, very good play.
Outstanding. And there's now 2 out for Moncton.
Chris Smith out talking to his troops.
Well, of course, you know why. The big hitter for Moncton coming to the plate.
Without a doubt. Do you think they'd intentionally walk him here, Mike, or would you try and pitch around him? I know they tried to pitch around him the last time he was up, and he did get a walk on that.
Well, it's, you know, it's a tough call. You really don't want to put extra base runners on the bags, of course, but this is the big man. You might want to just pitch around this guy. And, you know, try and pitch just a little outside, a little low, see if you can chase 1 or 2. Certainly don't want to put anything over the middle of the plate to this fella.
No, because then they'll be down by 8-7. They already have a lead right now.
Here's the pitch. That is outside 1-0. Robichaud with a grand slam, his first time up in the top of the first. Hit it well over the left field fence. Helped Moncton chop out to a 6-0 lead in that first inning. And Riverview walked him in the second inning, which proved to be a good play because Moncton did not score in that inning. And it's 2-0. And again, your intentional walk here is what it looks like.
I would say, again, the dimensions here, 190 down the lines, 205 to straightaway center field.
That's outside.
There's that intentional walk you were talking about.
And Robichaud down to first. And Horodesky moves up to second base.
Actually, not a smart play by Riverview there. Might keep them in the ball game.
Well, again, do you want this guy to beat you? You know, if they don't want him to beat you, then you walk him every time. You know, there's a 2 out here in the top of the fourth. Whoop, and lost the balance out there. Just lost his concentration for a moment. Gets reset, and here's the first pitch. That's low and outside, 1-0. Pirates with runners on first and second here in the top of the fourth. They're trailing by a run at 7-6 for Riverview. The A's have battled back from a 6-0 deficit.
You know, Mike, the only problem with pitching around the last batter there, the pitcher loses his focus on the strike zone.
That's a very good point. You're right.
And
we can see it here. He's 2-0.
Definitely.
Craig Betts is up for Moncton. He had a base hit in the first inning. Also on base in the second. Here's the pitch. There's a shot. That might be big trouble. It is. It's a fair ball down the left field line. And the Pirates are going to tie the ball game. Safe at home. And the runners move up to second and third. A big hit for Craig Betts and an RBI. And the game is tied.
And the Moncton fans have come alive. That ball about a foot on the foul line.
Just in fair territory. And a big hit for Moncton. They've tied it up. And Craig Betts has been on base all 3 times And a big double there down the left field line. Now the coaches are going to get together for Moncton here, discuss strategy, I think. We have 2 out, tie ball game, top of the 4th. Runners on second and third for the Pirates. Coming to the plate is first baseman Ian Ross. He popped out in the second, but he did get on base in the first due to an error, however, but it did turn out to be a big play, as that was the one where Jeff LeBlanc threw the ball down the right field line. Strike one. We have Jeff Robichaud, third base. Craig Betts is at second. Tie ball game here in the top of the 4th, 2 out. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Ian Ross. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And he's going to try and score, and he does. What a play, big play. And the ball's thrown away into the outfield.
They could have him at third, though.
Here's the play at third. No, oh my gosh, he's safe. Wow, that was some close to third base. What do you think?
Very close. Good call by the umpire. The runner got there before the ball. Very good play. Very good call by the umpire. Good smart play by the runner on third base too.
Outstanding. You see that strategy. I think they may have talked about that when Ian Ross was at the plate. Robichaud took a lead off third base. As soon as the catcher threw the ball to the third baseman, he took off for home, and he was there in plenty of time. Ball thrown away into right field, and moving up is Craig Betts to third base, and Moncton has the lead. There's a chopper back to the mound. Nice play by Jeff LeBlanc on his knees. He throws out Ian Ross, and the inning is over.
However,
but the Moncton Pirates do score a couple of runs, and they have regained the lead, 8-7 here in the 4th inning. And as you said, that walk did come back to haunt them in a way. Because he pitched around Robichaud, and all of a sudden the next fella, Craig Betts, gets a double down the line. And then the big play there with the double steal, if you like. You could almost call it that. Robichaud made the play. He realized he knew what he was going to do. He took the lead off third base. As soon as the catcher threw the ball, he dashed for home plate. And there wasn't even a play at home. And the Pirates are back out in front. A pretty good ball game. It's 8-7 as we go into the bottom of the 4th. Having a look at that inning, I think they scored that on 2 hits. I guess it was 2 hits in that inning for 2 runs. And the Pirates are showing a lot of spunk. They've come back again to take the lead.
I think we have a pitch hitter coming up here for the Riverview A's. We will check that with our official scorer to find out exactly who that is.
All right. Daniel Melanson stays in the game pitching. He's done a good job for Moncton, coming in for Andrew Burgess. He's got out of a bases loaded situation there in the 2nd and the 3rd innings, really.
No, my apologies. Apparently it will be the shortstop, Derek McAllister, coming to the plate here.
Maybe it's going to change on the defense. We haven't noticed. We'll have to look into that. But Derek McAllister comes to the plate for Riverview. He is the 4th hitter in the lineup, but having an outstanding day. A couple of base hits. He scored 2 runs.
413 so far for the year is Derek.
And first pitch is outside. 1-0. Quite a ball game. We've seen just about everything. Grand slam home run, doubles in the gap down the line. Lots of runs scored. Here's the pitch. That's low and in. Ball 2. 8-7. Moncton Pirates over the Riverview A's in the bottom of the 4th inning. New Brunswick Mosquito Way Provincial Championship action. Both these clubs are undefeated. Riverview 3-0 in the tournament. Moncton is 2-0. That pitch is inside. It's now a 3-0 count to Derek McAllister. Looking to get something started here in the bottom of the 4th. 3-0 pitch. Taken all the way. It's in the dirt. And McAllister's on for the 3rd straight time.
Catcher Kevin Shannon coming up to the plate. 362. You think he'll lay down a bunt here, Mike?
Possibility, certainly there. It's up to Coach Chris Smith what he wants to do. He's a good hitter. He had a double his last time at the plate.
Third baseman is anticipating bunt here. He's well in off the base.
Yeah, well in is right. I wouldn't want to be playing that close. He's swinging away.
Let's hope he has good reflexes.
He is swinging away. Base hit over his head. Down the line to left field. And McAllister moves up to second. Shannon with a base hit. Chopped it right over the third baseman's head. And the A's have runners at first and second with nobody out. Was a nice play I want to mention by the outfielder Craig Betts on that. He cut that ball off, prevented McAllister from advancing past second base. But the A's are threatening to regain the lead here. It's 8-7 for Moncton.
Right fielder Garrett Kennedy up now.
Garrett Keddy, he's had a base hit and got on by an error.
He squared around a bunt. I figured he was going to bring the bat back there.
And it's in there for strike one.
Long lead off from second base.
That's McAllister taking a little bit of a chance. He's almost to the shortstop position there when he decided to head back to second. And you might see a bunt here. I think you might want to get that tying run to third base with less than 2 outs.
Moncton definitely has their infield in here.
And the pitch. That's in the dirt. 1-1 again, a big lead by McAllister. He scampers back to second base. And it's 1-1 to Garrett Keddy. Derek McAllister at second, Kevin Shannon at first. Shannon with the old Baltimore chop base hit over to the third baseman's head. Here's the pitch, that's too high. Again, McAllister gets 15, 20 feet off the bag and heads back to second. And it's a 2-1 count to Garrett Keddy. Having a good look at the signs from Coach Chris Smith. Garrett Keddy steps back into the box. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike two called. 2-2 now. Nobody out, bottom of the fourth. 8-7 Moncton. And the Pirates have had the A's number this year. They've beaten Riverview 5 times, and they battled to a tie in another game. And according to the results I have, Riverview has not defeated Moncton this season. Here's the pitch. That's a little outside, and it's a full count. 3-2. Look at Derek McAllister getting that big lead. Will he send the runners? 3-2 count, nobody out.
I would have to say yes. If I were in his position, I would send the runners.
Now let's see what he does. Here's the full count pitch. And it's chopped back to the mound. Nice play, Moncton. He throws him out at third. Nice play. Outstanding play by the pitcher. Look, he's going to try for third on the play, and he's going to be out. He's out at third. Oh, my. Not a smart move right there. Big mistake there for Riverview. That's Kevin Shannon. He gets picked off trying to go to third base on the play, and it's a double play for Moncton. That's a tough play there for Riverview.
Wow.
Yes, that sums it up pretty good. Wow.
Again, Daniel Munson, when he got that ball hit right back to him, he knew exactly what he was going to do. As soon as he got the ball, he turned through right to third base.
Frisco from across.
We have a pinch hitter coming up here for the Riverview A's.
Yeah, I believe this is Jason Montefrisco.
Mr. Monte Carlo, I believe.
Mr. Monte Carlo for nickname.
Monte Carlo.
He steps in to hit for Mark McCausland.
Again, not a bad pinch hitter, 280 hitter, 323 on base percentage.
That was a weird double play. The scoring on that was 1-5 for the first out, and it was also 1-5 for the second out. That could come back to haunt Riverview. Let's see what happens here. Runner at second, 2 out. Here's the pitch. Just a little bit out. Oh, he calls it a strike. I thought that was a little outside.
Looked a little bit, but
a little bit outside. But Alonso gets the call. It's 0-1.
They're definitely playing Jason to pull here. Again, leaving a big gap over second base. Hits it in there. We could have a tie ball game.
The 0-1 pitch to Montefrisco. He gets a piece of it. It gets by the pitcher. That might be close. And he gets him at first base. And Moncton gets out of the inning without a run being scored. They still have a 1-run lead. It's 8-7 after 4.
Very tough double play there, Mike. Very tough. Could come back, as you mentioned, to haunt them.
Not smart base running on the play. You've got to hold your ground there. First and second. Trying to make something happen, no doubt, but I'm sure they've probably done that successfully during the season, but I don't know if that's the right time for that type of play. But we have an 8-7 ball game after 4 complete innings. Jeff LeBlanc heads out to the mound. He will stay in the ball game for Riverview. And coming up for the Pirates this inning, they will lead off with catcher Greg Close. Serge Bernard, the second baseman, hitting second, and Michelle Aucoin into the ball game. Now playing third base. And he was a big part of that double play there in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Definitely.
Tagging out two players.
2 assists on that double
Actually,
play.
there was a force out. I'm sorry, force out for the first out, then the tag play on the second out. We have quite a ball game here at Kelly Field. Brunswick Mosquito Way Provincial Championship baseball action. Riverview again 3-0 in the tournament. This is their final game of the round robin. I'm pretty sure they are guaranteed a spot in the championship round. Again, it depends on run differential, and Riverview's only given up 2 runs in their first 3 games going into this one. So a 3-1 record should get them in the final.
And of course, Moncton Pirates are 2-0 so far.
And a win here would probably put them in the final as well.
Very much so.
So Greg Close leading off for Moncton. He had a double his first time up. He grounded up to short a second time up. He's 1 for 2. And I don't think Moncton has enough runs to win this ball game yet, although we are in the top of the 5th. There's the pitch. That's called strike.
Pitchers are getting that outside corner there a fair amount.
And it's 1-2 on the batter.
Umpire, however, is quite consistent in his calls.
That's right. That's
good.
all you ask for.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was 2-1. Now it's 2-2 on the batter. A couple of nice pitches on the outside part of the plate from Jeff LeBlanc. And the 2-2 pitch. There's a ground ball to first baseman. Colpitz picks it up and tags him out. Nice play. 1 out in the top of the 5th.
Looks like we have a pinch hitter coming up here, Mike. It'll be Daniel Patterson coming in to pinch hit here.
Second baseman number 3, Daniel Patterson.
Okay, that was the change we missed earlier on this. Serge Bernard came out of the game in the bottom of the last inning, and Patterson coming in to play second base, hitting in the 8th spot. Here's the pitch. Just a bit high. It's 1-0. Patterson now playing second base, in for Serge Bernard. And Serge had a tough day. He struck out both times he was up. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. It's 1-1. And Michelle Lecoyne in the on-deck circle. He came into the ball game a couple of innings ago, playing third base. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's low and inside in the dirt. Gets away from the catchers. 2-1. Nice day for a ball game. Sun shining now. Nice and warm. And a good crowd turned out here at Kelly Field. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2-2. Jeff LeBlanc pitching a pretty good ball game after that first inning. Giving up that grand slam to Jeff Robichaud in the first. Moncton jumping out to a 6-0 lead. Now 8-7 Moncton here in the top of the 5th. That pitch is inside. It's a full count. 1 out for Moncton here in the top of the 6th, or top of the 5th inning. Full count pitch. Oh, he called that a ball. I don't know about that. That was awful close to take.
It's one of those little too close to take.
Yeah. You can get 2 strikes on you. You got to hope the umpire likes you. So base on balls for Patterson. He's on first with 1 out. And Michelle Lecoyne comes to the plate. This is his first at bat, and he lines a shot to the right center field gap. That's going to fall. Ball is cut off by the center fielder. There's a play at second, and he is out. He's out of there. Oh, an outstanding relay. Nicely done by Riverview. The center fielder, Ryan McAllister, cleanly took that ball on the bounce, threw it to the second baseman, Jason Montefrisco, who in turn threw it to shortstop Derek McAllister. He put the tag on a coin, and there's now 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. And Patterson moved on to third base on the play. That was great defense.
Oh, without a doubt. He hit the cutoff man turned, threw a right strike to second base, and picked the runner off trying to hit second base.
Swing and a miss, strike 1. That is Matthew Hebert at the plate. His 4th at bat for the day is 1 for 3. Led off the ball game with a base hit, and he has grounded out his last 2 times. Here's the pitch. That's outside, 1-1. So Daniel Patterson is at third with 2 out. Michelle Lecoyne getting thrown out at second base for the second out of this inning. There's the ground ball to third. That's Scousha with the play. Nice throw, 3 outs. And the A's escape without getting a run scored against them. Some great defense in this game.
Very much so, very much so. You don't normally associate good ball games. I shouldn't say that in that text, but 10, 11-year-olds, defense and clutch hitting and such is you don't normally associate with them. These are very, very good teams.
Yeah, they're very well coached. You can see that the players know what to do with the ball when they get it.
Exactly.
And that's the key. You don't stand there and hold on to it, not sure what to do with it. And that relay from center field to second to the shortstop covering second base, that was an outstanding defensive play.
Major league play there.
And Derek McAllister has been on the end of a couple of great defensive plays today. Made a great play for a bad hop in the hole there. Made the play to second base to get the force out earlier in the ball game. And now Riverview having a meeting over there as they try and rally. They're down by a run as we go into the bottom of the 5th inning. Again, this is a 6-inning ball game, so only 2 at-bats left for Riverview in this 1-run game. And the fans couldn't ask for much more, Blair. We've seen a very entertaining ball game here.
Very much so. We've had a lot of runs. We've had grand slam. We've had some good pitching. We've had great defense. And what more could you ask for in a ball game?
Exactly. All right, so we head into the bottom of the 5th inning. Jeff LeBlanc is scheduled first, the pitcher. He will come up. Kenneth Kolpis, the first baseman, will hit second this inning, then back to the top of the order, and David Gushu. Time is called here for a moment while the second baseman ties a shoe. Now we're all set to go. Daniel Melanson still pitching here for Moncton. He relieved Andrew Burgess. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Jeff LeBlanc looking to help his own cause here.